Hello, my name is Al Oliver. I'm the Executive Director of the Visalia Rescue Mission and has been in existence since 1981. The Visalia Rescue Mission does primarily two things. It provides services to people who are homeless or who are in need or about to experience homelessness. We have overnight guests and shelter. We have food. We have counseling, case management, all of those necessary things that people can get in order to move back into becoming a productive member of society. The other thing that we do, we are a gospel-based organization. We have a residential recovery program that is 12 months. It's free. And whoever meets our criteria and passes our evaluations, you can be admitted into what we call our Life Change Academy. We have that for both men and women. Every night we have a capacity to have about 150 people under our roof. For our overnight guests, that's almost 100, both men and women. And then also for our residential recovery program, we have room for a total of about 50. I've been living in Visalia since 2003. I'm originally from Southern California. I'm a graduate of UCLA and Talbot Theological Seminary, but also I've been in ministry for a long time, and so it's equipped me to be able to be the Executive Director of Visalia Rescue Mission. Visalia Rescue Mission also has two thrift stores and a thrift warehouse, and that provides about 60% of our annual revenue to finance this. The other 40% comes from donations and grants. We do not accept any government funding because that limits us in terms of our gospel approach to things. And so that's a thumbnail sketch of who we are. March 18, we got notice that of the shelter-in-place order, and we were anticipating getting something like that, so we were concerned about how we were going to do it. What we did was, at that time it was still rainy and cold here, so we were at capacity. We gathered all of our overnight guests and our residents together and said, all right, you can stay with us for as long as this shelter-in-place order exists, but you cannot leave the property, because we did not want them to leave the property, go out, get an infection, and come back in and bring that back into the mission. And so we started really at capacity of about 150 souls under our roof. We're probably down to about 75 or 80 right now. What we've changed is we are no longer doing corporate meals. We're doing them all in to-go containers. We constructed our own hand wash station, which you might be able to see on the video. We socially distance as much as we possibly can. We've opened a day room where we are socially distanced in there, so that the people who could not leave campus were able to stay there in shelter, out of the weather. They had access to bathrooms, showers, laundry, food, everything they needed to be able to shelter in place, and so we supplied all of that. And we basically said we might be a month away from shutting down totally. We have almost 100 employees here. And so we were looking at that possibility. We made that known. The community stepped up, but for us, the key to the whole thing was the payroll protection program loan. We were blessed by Suncrest Bank to be able to process our loan, and just before, probably about a half hour before that, we got our approval. We served 300 plus meals a day to the community. That would have gone by the wayside. So there would have been no bathrooms, no showers, no laundry, no beds to sleep in, and no food. Every day we're probably looking at 300 plus people. When you include our resident population, you may be looking at about another 400 people who would have no resources. Well, first of all, we're really grateful to Suncrest Bank and the Visalia community all together at just the support and outpouring of support and care and gifts that we have gotten just on multiple levels. This has really helped us to chart a course now through the rest of the year. I think one of the things our community needs to know, you don't solve a problem by just throwing resources at it. You have to not only give resources in terms of cash and tangibles, but you also have to establish relationships. Because most of the people who are at risk do not have a deficit of resources. They have a deficit of healthy relationships, and they do not know how to live in a healthy relationship either in the workplace or at home. They've never had that demonstrated to them in their lives, and they've been at risk. You see the results of that We're very, very grateful that we've been able to maintain our operations during this time. We're managing the reopening to make sure that it's appropriate and responds to all the needs of the community that we can possibly think of.